Today I'd like to talk about an aspect of decluttering that is maybe not foremost on your mind when you think about decluttering. Let's face it, most people, when they hear the term decluttering and organizing, think about the sheer practical aspects of the work. And that is certainly part of what I do. It involves a lot of shifting of furniture, packing things into boxes, reorganizing items, and also taking care of taking things out of the house and making sure they go to the right places. Apart from that, what I bring to the table is obviously experience that plays into the way those practical aspects are being dealt with. I know what things to do first. I assess what is going on in the house and find ways that work best for that particular situation, based on the wishes of my clients, of course. Then also, I have experience in the field of organizing. So I know what kind of organizing solutions work in particular spaces, but I also have some experience in figuring out which organizing solutions are best suited for the personality I work with. Some people like drawers, some people like hanging files, some people like to fold their clothes, others like to hang them. That kind of decision. And then based on those preferences, my experience gives me ideas how to deal with that particular set of circumstances in the best way. And all of these are practical aspects, but besides that, there's a huge element to decluttering that often goes unseen, and that is the emotional side of the job. It's not just about organizing things. Letting go of anything involves an emotional element, and that can be quite difficult for a lot of people for varying reasons. They might have financial interest. They may believe that the items they're looking at are heirlooms or have emotional attachment to people they met in the past or to a partner who passed away. You can not think of anything in the emotional world that wouldn't have effects on the physical world. And all of these need to be taken into account. Sometimes my job is to be an antenna that picks up changes in moods within my clients and react accordingly. Sometimes I pick up a drop in emotional temperature in the room because my clients have encountered something that makes them very sad or makes them happy or changes the way I sense them. They may just breathe differently or they stop for a split second. And part of my job is to pick up on that and react and make sure that my clients are safe, physically and emotionally. It's impossible to tell how often I've pulled somebody out of a session because of that, by simply saying, maybe it's time for a break, let's have a cup of tea. I'll hold on to that item for you. That gives them a moment to breathe and to kind of get used to the presence of that item. And very often we talk about what happened. So there is this therapeutic element to it. I wouldn't call it therapy, obviously, but there is an element of, I offer you my shoulder to let go of that particular emotion or to deal with it in some way. Sometimes I feel like a weather vane. You have to be really open to pick up on those vibes from the client. And that can be extremely difficult, especially if we're dealing with a particularly challenging session in terms of practical arrangements, organization, shifting things out of the way. Maybe there isn't enough space to do this, or we have very limited time. And then the emotional tends to be more tricky to keep track of. So next time you think about decluttering or organizing your space, don't forget there's an emotional element to it, and make sure you take care of that as well. I hope this was useful. Stay clutter aware and see you next time. If you want more, there are options. Click the round logo to subscribe to this channel, or select the playlist in the middle to see more content, or check out the links in the description below. Oh, and feel free to like this video.